still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another build CC haul. Today I have almost 200 new CC items for you. As always, you can find links to everything in the description down below. I'll also make sure to link you to a playlist full of my other build CC hauls, so if you're in need of more build CC after today's video, you can go check those out. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. I hope you are all doing well. It's been a while, a bit too long, that's my bad. I just felt sick. Like, I think I kept talking about it as well whilst my boyfriend was here. I just felt sick and I couldn't. Here's the thing, like, if I am too busy to be sick, I kind of just prolong the sickness, if that makes sense. So, like, I don't get sick until I actually have time. When I used to go to school still, I would always get so sick during like summer holidays just because all the stress is like slowly falling off, even the right term, who knows. But you know, just the relief, and then you finally have time to think, and then I get sick. That's what always happens. So after my boyfriend left, I wasn't stressed when he was here. That's so bad. I wasn't stressed, okay? Everything was fine, it was nice. But just because we obviously wanted to do things and hang out and whatever and go places. I mean, I didn't want to go places, he wanted to go places. But because of that, I didn't feel like I could get sick, and then we saw family for quite a lot of the time as well. So I didn't feel like I actually had the time to be sick. So now that I have the time, I just feel so bad. Like, keep waking up and my nose is super blocked and I feel weak. So I'm just taking some time to like fully rest up. I also, oh my god, I had an exam 7 weeks ago and we finally got the results, and I was so nervous because I'm really bad with exams. Like, I have to point out, I do uni from at home, so all of the lectures are recorded and you can watch them whenever. There is like a little, well, not trial exam, but it's like 3 trial quizzes that you have to pass to be accepted to the exam. So those are like the only deadlines you have most of the time. This time there was also some other crap you had to do. I was not happy about it. But that was like the only timeline you had to stick to. So I did that, and then I was kind of a bit behind on everything, and I think only like 2 weeks prior to the exam I finally like got into finishing all of the lectures and taking notes and whatever. And then literally like 1.5 days before the exam, I started looking at things and then revised like a day before. So don't do that anytime. Like, if you have an exam, please do revise. Like, it takes so much stress away from you when you start early, but my ADHD just doesn't want me to start. Like, revising has always been the number one thing I try to avoid, and at school I never had to revise, luckily. Like, I just kind of, I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Like, nowadays I'm like, I don't understand how I passed any of my exams, but okay. But nowadays, like, especially with uni, I studied psychology, so there's like a lot of facts you had to remember, and it was a lot of like brain stuff again. So a lot of the methods you use to research the brain, like a lot of physics behind it, like how it works, what type of brain waves or like electricity or whatever it uses. So there was like a lot of stuff behind it that didn't interest me. So I'm really excited for this semester because it's finally going into the social side of psychology, which I love. Social psychology, I think it's so interesting. It's like probably one of my favorite parts of it. So I'm excited about that, excited to learn something that will actually interest me, where I'll be like, oh. And it's just a bit annoying because previously all of the lectures were, like I said, just recorded, but now our professor is doing them live every Monday. You don't have to attend, like, they record them as well and put them up. But it's just a bit annoying to have to see him in like a little, I don't know, it just feels different because it's not like a proper lecture. Like, he's not in a room, he's like, you know, like a Zoom call and then he does it, and to me my brain is just kind of like ugh. And then I feel like that will also make the lectures longer because people can ask questions, and then there's all the, oh, can you hear me, can you see me fine, can you see this, like before. And I'm too impatient for that. So that will be a challenge for me, but I'm super excited because, like I said, it's finally something that I'm interested in. So it should all go well. Also did well on the last exam, which, like I said, I was so worried after that I didn't even pass because I was like, oh my God, what just happened? I also left the room like half an hour after. Like it took me half an hour to do the exam when we had 90 minutes or something, or even 2 hours. I can't remember, but I'm always super fast. I just want to get out of there. It's like, I'm not good with taking exams, so I'm very surprised that I did well, but I'm proud of myself. I'm so glad that it's over now because every time I would think about the exam, I would feel stressed. I'd be like, oh my God, what if I failed? I have to take the whole thing again. It'll take so much time and effort and I don't want to do it. So I'm so glad it's all over with. And that they finally gave us the results back because literally 7 weeks is just ridiculous. It was like mainly multiple choice exam as well, so it was a bit silly. And then I just finally as well got back into knitting. I knitted whilst my boyfriend was here. I knitted like a little romper for a baby that his friends are expecting, which was very cute. Like it's so cute to knit something for a little baby. The first one I did turned out too small because like I messed something up, and then I did a second trial and I knit that within like 3 days or something. And one of those days I didn't even knit much, so mainly knitted on like one day and then a few bits on another day as well. So like it's surprising how fast you can do a baby knit. And it makes me want to do only baby knits, but I don't know anyone with a baby, so that's a bit annoying. But either way, got back into knitting. Then yesterday I made this like wrap top about a year ago, something like that, and I never finished it off because I did quite a few things that didn't look nice. I think it was my first time knitting with like a non-wool yarn, which they tend to, at least from my experience of like looking at a few and knitting with a few, they tend to not be plied as tightly. So like if you don't knit, a lot of wool, the string that you see, like the yarn, has like multiple plies, so multiple small thin strips of yarn, I guess, that are like spun and then twisted together. And a lot of times with wool, because wool obviously like has little hairs sticking off of the fabric, so kind of all sticks together anyways, but there's like a cotton and linen blend, so they come loose quite a lot, and I wasn't an experienced knitter, so I would like sometimes accidentally split the yarn, so like half was like in the next stitch, half was just kind of hanging out. It was just, I was not happy with the results, so I never finished it. And yesterday I was just like, well, I'll either, you know, take the whole sweater apart, unravel the whole sweater, or I don't know, it will just sit around not being used, not being finished ever. So I started unraveling it last night. It took so long. If you knit, it had like an I-cord bind off, which like you can bind your projects off in like a bunch of different ways, but like picking that out was just so hard. Like it was so annoying to do it and it took forever. And then you can get like a little wind up thingy, so you can put the yarn on and it winds it into a yarn ball, and I don't have one of those because I mean I'm a new knitter, and I feel like you can buy yarn in like different shapes or forms. Like there's hanks and then there's yarn balls, and the skeins, the yarn balls, you can just knit straight from. And like I think the hanks are usually the ones that are hand dyed, and I haven't bought any hand dyed yarn yet because first it's really expensive, and I only want to get into like expensive yarns when I know I'm a good knitter, or like good enough that I won't make mistakes that will bother me in the fabric, whatever. So that when I buy expensive yarn, I know it's going to be a sweater that will last me forever, if that makes sense. And those you would like wind up. So I didn't have a need for it yet, but I just sat here yesterday, and you can kind of wind it up by hand when you put it over your thumb. So I just sat here yesterday for like, it felt like 3 hours. I don't know, it might have been close to 3 hours to be honest. Just like winding up a skein of yarn after skein of yarn. It is yarn balls, and it was just so draining. And then I finally started the project. Didn't do too much, but today I'm just so excited to get back into it because it's very nice. It's gonna be very cute for the summer, I feel like, and it's this really nice beige color that I'm very into. So I'm just excited to knit it and wear it. And I've also noticed that like knitting just gives me so much, if that makes sense. Like if I play a game or whatever, it's always nice, but it doesn't take my mind off quite like knitting. I don't know, knitting something and watching a show is just the perfect combination for me. It's just so good. I don't know, relaxes me as well. Like, I am never more relaxed than when I do that. And you also have like a little project at the end, even though I think I started off as being like, oh my god, I knocked my mic, I'm so sorry. Even though I started off as a bit of like a project knitter, which means you knit to have the final project, I feel like I slowly become more of a process knitter. So I just knit to be knitting, to have fun knitting. And that is like kind of weird to me because I've also only ever made like one sweater for myself, and everything else I knit were like sweaters for other people, which I don't know what that says about me. And I definitely need to knit more things for myself because I'm really craving for next winter like a very cozy merino sweater that is very like soft and, I don't know, just warm and kind of oversized. I still want to do that one sweater I saw in one of my CC hauls that has like green and brown stripes and then like a beige hem and neckline, but I cannot find the right colors to save my own life. I'm also sorry if you can hear my cat, but he's just having a go today. I don't know why. Don't know why he's meowing. I think he wants to play with his sister and she's hiding. So he's like, hello, play with me, please. They have been so cute lately. I also, my roommate, my new one, finally moved in. Probably a story for Friday's video because this video is coming to an end real soon here. But I was surprised because my bigger cat, my ginger cat, is very nervous and shy usually, but I feel like he's made so much improvement. Like when my family comes around, we do like a little Dungeons and Dragons round every month, and when they come around, he's like always out now and just like checking what we're doing, sitting on the sofa, meowing at people, letting people pet him. It's just so heartwarming because when I got him, he was super shy. Like he would barely even, like he would never come out if a stranger was in the apartment, like never, no chance, not even with bribing, like there's just no budging. And now he's just like more confident and I'm so happy about that. But anyways, video's coming to an end real soon here. I hope you enjoyed all of the CC, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!